This live. James, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, the weather conditions over the past days have been a bit unpredictable. What could be the reason for this?
Thank you very much for that question. As projected in our advisory, we were expecting mostly sunny skies across much of the country from the period of the 30th of November up to the 11th of December. This period was going to be marked with a reduction in rainfall, mostly hot and dry conditions across much of the country. And as we got into the weekend, we had an influx of humidity. So a combination of the hot conditions that were prevalent for much of the week, the sunny skies that we had, coupled with the humidity, made the weekend feel much hotter than the rest of the week. And this was as the moisture was drifting in. And as you noted, towards the end of the weekend, there were a few places that received a bit of rainfall out of the weekend. That's on Sunday into Monday. We were expecting a few more showers as well.
Now, James, with how dry it has been looking, should farmers be worried?
So for the farmer, it's now very area specific. There are soils that retain a lot of moisture and there are other soils that do not retain moisture. So it's very dependent on what type of area you have and what type of rainfall you receive. Are you in region 1, region 2 or region 5? Those in region 5 are known that they should grow more drought-tolerant crops, or those that can withstand moisture stress, and also practices such as the Fumvudza that have been suggested by the government can also aid. They can also get better advice from the local agri-tax officer on what to plant, when to plant, and how to plant it. And in terms of the rainfall that we're expecting in the next few days, it's going to be isolated in nature, so people are still advised to harvest as much water as possible. We noted that in areas such as Rushinga, some areas recorded even flash floods, so that water could be conserved so that when the dry conditions come along, they can also use that water to irrigate their crops. As we get later into the parts of the year, we expect more rainfall, and with that you can depend on the rain-fed agricultural systems that are currently present.
Now, James, going into the week, what should we look forward to?
So for the week ahead, we are expecting still a reduction of rainfall as forecasted by our advisory, which is going to end on the 11th of November. So it's going to be just a few showers today and in a few isolated days, and we expect it to get warmer as the week progresses. And as from the 12th going onwards, we're expecting moisture to drift into the western parts of the country again because of those cloud bands that we mentioned earlier that emanate from Botswana into the western parts of the country, covering Matabeleland North and Matabeleland South. We should get heavier falls in places, and this should sweep across the country, giving us isolated thunder showers in a number of places. Then as we get towards the 15th, we're expecting more rainfall to enter into the northern parts of the country, and we expect more continuous rainfall, and it becomes less violent as we get into the later parts of December, as we get rain into the night and into the early hours of the morning.
A big thank you to James Goma, the Chief Forecaster with the Zimbabwe Meteorological Department. Now, Zimbabwe's Finance Minister today met captains of industry to discuss the 2025 budget presented